Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel John Rahill, call signs Wiley from the 158th Fighter Wing Green Mountain Boys. Here to talk about Check3GPS. Check3GPS stands for Gear, Plan, and Skills. I kind of like a modular survival kit system, so I have a certain amount of minimum equipment that I'll always carry on my person, and some kind of a fixed blade knife, a lighter, a little bit of parachute cord. With these three things, if that's all I get out of the plane with, I can survive with that. So this is the kit that lives in the airplane. Medical kit, water purifying system, spare tail wheel tire, MSR stove. This is a week's worth of food, rice, lentils, stuff like that. And then there's also a bare bones toolkit in here for the plane. Anytime that you go flying, you're going to do a pre-flight inspection of your plane. In the military, we call it a walk-around. So I start where I'm going to get into the plane, which in this case is on the left side, right by the cockpit. And I'm going to work my way around the plane, checking each thing as I go.
Great idea to use a checklist. It keeps you from forgetting things. And if your aircraft has one created by the manufacturer, that's a good place to start.
Checklists are something that the military has figured out a long time ago that are a way to have a disciplined approach to what you're doing.
Another important thing to think about when you're doing your flight planning is what kind of airspace am I going to fly through. This is a great time to take a look at the seeandavoid.org website, which will tell you the status of military operating areas. You can also take a look on your sectional chart.
Most important thing, in my opinion, is your map or chart. This is all great situational awareness that you can use in your pre-flight planning, and you can figure out what route of flight do I want to take to make this flight as efficient and as safe as possible. And along the way, what are going to be my threats while I'm flying? What are going to be the high traffic areas?
It's not a bad idea to file a flight plan. That's an important part of plan. It will be the first step in having someone come look for you if you don't show up when you're supposed to arrive.
I actually like the flight service briefing part. Even if I've checked the weather and NOTAMs myself, I'll often call the flight service briefer and I'll just tell them where I'm going, and I'll ask them if there's any TFRs or temporary flight restrictions that are active along the route.
There's a few websites you can use to check those. I like the AOPA website a lot. DUATS also has them on there.
Any activity that you're going to do, the better you are at it, the safer you're going to be. One way to do that would be to get another rating. I think a pretty important one is your instrument rating. Once you've been flying for a while, even if you never fly in the weather, becoming an instrument rated pilot just makes you a safer pilot. And I highly recommend that you keep the skill of being able to go clock to map to ground on a compass and keep track of where you are when you're flying. Check3GPS, Gear, Plan, Skills, a good acronym to help you make your high risk activities safer.